and need of performance management, and we also covered the strategies, the management control and operational control, and we also learned the difference between management control, operation control. Am I correct? Do you remember? We have covered this part. Difference between management control and financial control. We have covered this part, no? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
So yesterday we learned that difference between difference between management control and operation control. That part we have learned.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you hear my slide? Can you
Yes,
see my
sir.
slide?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Can you see my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's visible. Huh? What it is? Can you read out? What is the title of PPT?
PPT is not
Sir,
visible.
PPT is not visible. Your
Yes.
folder is visible in your PC.
Can you able to read PPT?
No.
Okay. Just a second. Now, can you see my PPT or still you are
Yes,
seeing
sir.
folder?
No, sir. It's, I mean, we can view the PPT now. It's visible.
Yes, sir. You can view the PPT. Okay, Neha. Fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So today we are going to see. We are going to learn about strategies. Strategy. Now, as I have been telling you in last session also, strategy. This word has come from which area? Strategy word. Hello. From which area this word has come?
Yes. Sir, higher management. I'm not sure if my answer is correct.
Strategy has come from the defense area. And in the strategy, higher management is involved. Who does strategy? Higher management. Higher management does strategy and not lower management. Whenever strategy defining term comes, strategy, it is being designed by higher management. Okay. Now, when we talk about corporate performance, so performance which is being connected to these kind of goals, performance of any company, which is connected to profitability. What is the profit of company? Whether the profit is stable or profit has declined or profit has increased. If it is increased one, then it is good for company. If it is declining one, then it is not good for company. If it is declined, if profit is reduced, then it is not a good sign for company. Am I correct? Hello, please give me your response. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir, you are correct.
Yes. So whenever performance comes of company, so by default, these goals are being evaluated. So profitability is one of the goals, and you all are aware what is profitability. That is, profitability is nothing but the sales minus your operating cost. Sales minus operating cost. Whatever sale amount is there minus operating cost. Whatever remains, it is known as profit. So that profit should be higher and higher. And those firms are being called as a premium firms, and companies who are following declining trend of profit, those firms are called as an average company, or below performance company. Now, second goal, maximization of shareholders value. Now, shareholders value means, what is the shareholders value? Anyone? What are the parameters comes under shareholders value? Which parameter come under shareholder value? Appreciation in share price, that is market price of share. If market price of share increases, then it is a good sign for company also. So some company, they set their target as a maximization of shareholders value, and few company, they set their goal for profitability. Now the third goal is risk. Now when we talk about risk, what should be the goal? Risk should be higher or risk should be lower? What is your guess? Yes. What do you guess? Risk should be higher or risk should be lower? If company wants to define their goal as a risk, yes, by default risk should be lower. Risk should be lower. No company would like to have higher risk. No company would like to have higher risk. It should be lower, always lower. Then the last goal is multiple stakeholder approach. Now, today's world expects multiple tasks, even after completion of your MBA. If you are working in any company or if you are having your business, you should be multitasker. You should not just focus on one area. You should switch yourself from one area to another area. So that is expected. Correct or not? Company expect a multitasker or a single task? Yes.
Sir, multitask.
Company expect
Multitasker.
multitask. So company expect multitasker. So multiple stakeholder approach is important. So this is also one of the goal of company. So you pick up any goal. Along with this goal, you need to set up your strategy. You have to set your strategy. Now, let's understand about concept of strategy. May I take you to the next slide now? May I take you to the next slide? Hello? May I take you to the next slide? Any doubt for this slide?
No, sir, you can move to next slide.
Okay, I'm moving to the next slide. Now, let's know about strategy, concept of strategy. Now, what is the concept? If you are asked a theory question, what do you mean by strategy? Discuss the concept of strategy. So please remember these points. It describes general direction in which organization plans to go to attain its goals. Just now we discussed the goals. Now, can you tell me what are the goals we discussed just now? What are the goals we discussed? What are the goals we discussed? profitability. Yes. And what is the another? Profitability. Then maximization shareholders value, risk, and multiple stakeholder approach. These goals we have discussed. Do you remember? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So this first line tells us that describes general direction in which organization plans to go to attain its goals. So, and the goals are, these are the goals. Let me show you again. These are the goals. 1, 2, 3, 4. With this goal, you have to set your direction in order to achieve these defined goals. So this way, strategy has to be created. If you are there to create a strategy, or if you are there to develop strategy, please remember, first you need to understand what are the goals of organization. And along with the goal, you have to set your strategy. If you are not following, please tell me, because this is very, very important. If you are confused, if you are not following, do not hesitate to ask me. Then second one, determination of the basic long-term objective of business organization. There are basically two types of objectives. One is short-term, the other one is long-term. So when we talk about strategy, always long-term objectives are focused, long-term objectives. So determination of basic long-term objectives, like say, can you share me any long-term objective of company? Anyone, any objective which is long-term? May I know any long-term objective from your side? I am asking you, friends. Yes. May I know any long-term objective from your side? Yes, please. Yes. Any one of you? Any one of you? Can you share me any long-term objectives? Aishwarya Bandal, can you hear me? Aishwarya Bandal? Hello? Aishwarya? Can you hear me, Aishwarya? Will you share me any long-term objective of company? Objective which pertains to the long term. Like say, to provide quality product. So this could be a long-term objective. When we determine quality product, quality doesn't come overnight. If you are there to have a quality product, you need to spend huge time. You have to have good amount of machinery. You have to have effective channel of distribution. You have to have availability of raw material. Then you should have the infrastructure required to convert raw material to the finished product. So these all things are required. Then only we can talk the quality of product. So quality, as I told you, it is not a game overnight. Years and years you need to spend, and then only talk about so to provide quality product could be a long-term objective, and this is the basic one, because if you do not provide quality product, what will happen? Your company will not have any future. Anytime you have to close your business, subject to non-availability of quality. Am I correct? So this is the basic long-term objective, quality product. If there is no quality, will you purchase that product? Will you avail that service if there is no quality? Hello?
No, sir.
No, certainly not. You won't purchase, you won't avail that service if there is no quality. So this is the basic long-term objective. Any one of you, can you share me another basic long-term objective where company strive to achieve that objective? One objective I told from my side, that is the quality product.
Sir, profitability.
Profitability. So profitability is also the basic long-term objective, because if profit is there, then only we can sustain. If there is no profit, we cannot run our company in an efficient manner. So profitability is also basic long-term objectives. And along with this profitability, if we can design strategy. So this way you have to explain the concept of strategy. These points and some example you have to quote if you are asked theory question in examination. Did you understand this point? Second point. Yes, please. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's go to the third point. Can you see my PPT?
Yes, sir.
Now, third point. It also helps management to take short-term decisions. Strategy just not focuses on long-term, management to take short-term decision also. For short-term purpose also, it is being used. So in short, strategy can be known for long-term objectives as well as short-term objectives, because when time comes to for short-term decision, again you need to refer your strategy. Now let us understand from the business point of view, business unit level strategy. What is the business unit level strategy? For each chosen business, what should be its mission and how it should be achieved? So you might have seen every company, they have their mission. Hota hai na mission for every company, vision and mission. You name any company, whether it is a education institute, college or corporate or even hospital. So they have their vision and mission. So what should be its mission? So mission should be known to each and every employee, and then only your employee will work for that mission. If they are not aware of mission, then company may not expect contribution from their employee. And not only informing mission, but how it should be achieved. That kind of programs should be conducted with your employee, how it should be achieved. So they should be aware. So, okay, this is the way to achieve our mission. Then only we can expect positive contribution for our employee. Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Or just informing mission, you can achieve your target. It is not possible. You have to tell them the way how it is to be achieved. You have to share with them the procedure, how it should be achieved, and then only we can expect the result. Then second one, the CEO of single business unit is directly involved in decision. So as I told you, in strategy, top management is involved. So CEO is involved in decision. CEO is involved in decision. Let's move to the next slide. Now, here we're talking about corporate strategy. Corporate strategy, in which business industries or sub-industries should the firm be. Now, what is the meaning of this line? Say, for example, if you name Tata, now Tata Group, Tata, it is one of the group where they have several industries under Tata. Can you give the example of Tata industry? What are the different companies they have under Tata brand? What are the different companies? Yes.
So Tata Motors, Tata,
Yes, please.
Tata Motors, Tata
Yes,
Steel,
Tata Motors.
Tata,
Correct.
Tata Consumer Products,
Tata
Titan,
Steel. Yes, consumer goods. Titan is there.
etc.
And even they are also in jewelry also, jewelry. Tanishq, it is also of Tata. Barabar na? Tanishq, which is into the gold business, gold, jewelries and ornament. Tata Salt. Then Tata is also into information technology. TCS company. They are also into information technology. So in which business industries or sub-industries? So these are the sub-industries should the firm be. And then what should be the mission of the business units? Now, each and every, now suppose under Tata Group, there is a Tata Automobile, Tata Information Technology. So these are the different business units. Each and every business unit, they should set their mission. Tata has one mission, but when we talk about particular business of Tata, say for example, uh, Tata Information Technology, there is TCS, or Tata Automobile. So for Tata Automobile, they should define the mission for. Now, let's know about two level of strategy. So, I'm any doubt so far? Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Any doubt? Okay. Now, we'll show you the next slide. Please go through it, and then we will learn about this slide. Now screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Can you see screen now? So it is about two level of strategy. Now let's know about two level of strategy, how it works. Now here I have created 4 columns. The first column is strategy level. What is the level of strategy? That you will have to define first, because in company there could be a company level and there could be a particular unit level. Under one company there might be several units also. Under one company there are units, or there are no any unit. Company has units or not? Does company have different units, or they do not have different units? What is your experience? Does company have different units? Just now I give the example of Tata Group. Under Tata Group, Tata is having a number of units. Even Reliance is also having a number of units under one company. So strategy level, corporate level, and business unit level. Now when we talk about Tata it is a corporate. Under Tata there is an automobile company, there is a steel making company, there is an information technology company which belongs to the Tata Group. So these are known as business unit. Followed? Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now, the second column, key strategic issues. Now, what are the issues? When we talk about the key strategic means the main strategy, where the entire company depends. So what sort of business, industries and sub-industries? Now, when industry means, now say cement industry, pharmaceutical industry, hotel industry, education industry, these are the different industries. Now when we talk about cement industry, now cement industry and pharmaceutical industry, these are the two different industries altogether. So where we cannot have one strategy, you have to have separate strategy for pharmaceutical industry, and you should have separate strategy for cement industry. Then what should be the mission of business unit? Every business unit should have different mission. We cannot have one mission for all business unit. Followed? We have to have different missions for different business unit. Not one mission with all unit. Followed? Then generic strategic options. Single business related diversification, unrelated diversification. Now related to diversification and unrelated diversification. Now what is this related diversification? Now suppose if you are talking, let me give the example of say pharmaceutical industry. Now pharmaceutical industry may produce drugs and medicine. Pharmaceutical industry may also focus on a product which is related to the kids product. So this is the example of related diversification. Unrelated diversification, what it is? Now Tata company, they are into IT sector, that is information technology, company name as TCS. Tata is also into automobile. So automobile and IT company, it is known as unrelated diversification. Unrelated. There is no connection between automobile and IT company. Are you getting my example? Hello? Are you getting my example?
Yes, sir.
Now, general strategy will be build, hold, harvest, and divest. Now, what it is? Build. This is the initial step. initial step of any company, build. You have to first build the strategy at an initial level. Then after once you build your strategy, once you define your strategy, hold it for some year. You have to continue with that. That is known as holding. Hold means to continue with that strategy. Then harvest. What do you mean by harvest? Harvest means you have to take the benefit out of that strategy. That is known as harvesting, taking benefit. And then divest. Divest means if you are satisfied with the benefit, then you can move from that mission to the next level mission. That is known as divesting. Then low cost and differentiation. Whenever you define your strategy should attract low cost. If your strategy is expensive, then unnecessarily it will be burden to the company. It will be a burden to the company. So there should be a low cost with the strategy. Differentiation. Differentiation means you have to have a unique strategy of your company. Unique. It should not be same what other companies, your competitors are having. If your competitors are having say, a strategy and if you are following same strategy, so there will be no difference between yourself and your competitor. So that is why there should be unique, there should be differentiation. कुछ हटके करना है आपको. It should be like that. हटके, unique, differentiate from others. Then primary organization level, corporate office and business unit general manager. These are the organization level, corporate office, and if you're talking about the corporate office and business unit, by default there is a general manager or a president who plays important role over there. Now, before I move to the next slide, please note down this slide, everyone, and then we will go to the. Everyone, please note down. So I hope now you must have noted this particular slide. Everyone has taken note of this slide. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So this is very, very important from the strategy point of view, two-level strategy. Again, let me repeat. Maybe in examination, you will be asked theory question of for 10 marks that discuss the concept of strategy. So please do remember the points which we have discussed in today's session. Now, let me share with you the next slide, which talks about gaining competitive advantage. In short, this strategy which helps us to gain some advantage, and that is why managers are giving their time to define strategy and to pursue that strategy. Not only defining, but they have to pursue that strategy, and then only the image or brand of company we can create across the globe. Now, gaining competitive advantages, low cost, differentiation, and value chain analysis. Now, let me explain you. Low cost. Whenever you define a strategy, that strategy should not attract too much expenses. Expenses are there. I'm not denying that there should not be no expense at all. Expenses are there, but it should be not costlier. There should be low cost. It should not be too much expensive. If it is too much expensive, then the company profit, they will have to spend huge part of profit over and above the strategy follow. So for that purpose, there should be low cost. Then differentiation. Differentiation, it is nothing but the unique mission or unique strategy apart from your competitor. What your competitor following strategy, you should not have the same strategy. Otherwise, people will say that there is no difference between your company and the other competitors. And the person who has created strategy first, naturally, the people also have their own observation. So people will say that this is a strategy which is by A company. Now B companies are also having same company. Now that strategy will be there, and A will be the innovative, or you can say the creator. So you have to have differentiation. Then only we can gain competitive advantage. Then value chain analysis. So this was about the concept of strategy. Let me show you again the concept of strategy. Now, after having a discussion on this point, now I think it will be easy for you to understand these three characteristics of strategy, or three concepts of strategy. Describes general direction in which organization plans to go to attain its goal. It describes general direction in which organization plans to go to attain its goals. So that way the strategy should be developed. Your strategy should give you general direction. I'm not saying specific direction, but general direction in which organization or employee of organization, they should have plans to go to achieve its goal. Second one is determination of the basic long-term objective of a business organization. And the third one, it also helps management to take short-term decision. So long-term as well as short-term decision. For both the decision, strategy could help management. And then we talk about business unit level strategy. When we talk about business, then each and every business should have different mission and not same. And by default, top management is involved in strategy. That is, a CEO of single also involved in defining strategy. Then we discuss about corporate strategy. Corporate strategy in which business industries or sub-industry should the firm be. As I give the example of Tata. So Tata is one brand or name. Under Tata, there are a number of industries and there are several companies under the Tata name we have in India. Now same with Reliance also. Now Reliance is into say communication, Reliance into the petroleum product, Reliance into the cloth. And what should be the mission of business unit? Each and every business unit, as I told you, there should be a separate mission. We cannot have one mission for all. It should not be like that. And let me tell you, mission, this is the thing where company, they spend their entire lifetime to achieve this mission, and sometimes it is not achievable also, and that is why they continue their business. If it is achieved, then there is no purpose for business. Then you will have to shut down your business. You have to close your business. Now, say for example, quality product. So quality, we cannot give quality within a second. So for that quality, you will have to spend maybe lifetime to give that quality product to your customer. Lifetime. So today we have discussed about the concept of strategy. Now next session, we will talk about the responsibility center. Now at a very gross level we discussed, that is corporate gross level. Now we will come to the individual level, how it should be. Now so far we have discussed at a gross level, at a micro level. Now we will come down to the individual level. So today we will stop here, and next session we will discuss about responsibility center. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.